Hi, welcome to SeveUp. Today I'm going to show you how to fill in the BIM requirements template that is provided for free by SeveUp. This file adheres to the Building Smart IDS framework, which is like a set of guidelines for organizing building information requirements in a clear and structured way. It's designed to be easy for people to understand and also precise enough for computers to process without any confusion. Each specification is broken down into 3 parts, as detailed on a Building Smart webpage. First one is description. A description of why the specification is important to your project and instructions of how to achieve it. This part is designed for humans to read and understand why information is being requested. Applicability. Which type of objects the specification applies to. There are many different types of objects in IFC models, such as walls, doors, and windows, but each specification will only apply to certain objects. Requirements. What information is required for the objects specified in Part 2, such as required properties or classifications. It's a smart way to make sure that everyone in the project is on the same page. Once you've filled out your SeveUp BIM requirements file with your project information, then you'll be able to automate your BIM checking process through the SeveUp app. So instead of it being a time-consuming process, you can check your BIM models in just a few clicks. And not only that, you can share the entire dashboard with your team and your final client. I detail how to build the dashboard in another video. I'll drop a link below into the description for you to check it out. So first of all, we're going to sign into the SeveUp app and we need to download the Excel template. Then go to the menu on the left and click on BIM requirements. Now click on the Upload BIM requirement. A pop-up will now appear. Click on the highlighted Excel template and example, and then save the zip file onto your computer. Inside the zip file, there are 2 separate files. One is an example for you to see how your IDS file, the Excel template, should look, and the other one is a blank IDS Excel template file. So let's go ahead and extract it and then open it up. In the first tab called Info, you have a column where you can fill in all of the file information concerning your project details. The second tab is called Specifications. Click on that and you'll see 3 sections in there in 3 different colors: gray, orange, and green. The gray section is for the specification mode and name. If you click on a cell under the specification mode column, you'll see a drop-down menu button. And when you click on it, you'll see 3 different classifications: required, optional, and prohibited. Required means the specified information must be included to check the corresponding IFC model that you will choose. Optional allows for flexibility in including the information, and prohibited means certain information must not be present. So as an example, I'm going to choose here under mode required, and then I'm going to write in the specification name. Now we'll scroll across the orange section, which is for the second guideline of applicability, and we have a green section for the third guideline of requirements. We have some sub-columns too in each of these sections, which refer to Building Smart IDS facets. Facets are like building blocks that you put together to outline the needs of a building project. They help define what's necessary under requirements and where it's relevant under the applicability. You can use just the basic of a block or add specific details. For instance, you might say a building feature should be there without pinning down its exact characteristics. Alternatively, you can set strict rules, like only allowing certain types of a feature. The mix and match approach with facets allows for creating very customized project guidelines. There are 6 facets, sub-columns in each of the sections, and they are further broken down into more detail underneath. First is entity. This refers to the building model element like a wall or a window that a specification applies to, and there's a sub-column called class for the class of the object. So here I'm going to put in IFC door. You can also add in predefined type if needed. Next, we have attribute, which describes a characteristic of an entity, such as its name or long name. Then we have property. This specifies additional data about the entity like thermal resistance or color. And classification, which characterizes entities into predefined groups for better organization and understanding. Then material. This defines what an entity is made of, such as concrete, steel, or glass. And lastly, part of, which indicates the relationship where an entity is a component of a larger complex entity. If you'd like a more detailed explanation of this, then check out the IDS online document. I'll drop a link in the description below as well. Now let's take a look at the green requirement section. This details the information that is required for the objects specified in applicability. So you'll see that we have the same facet subcolumns, but you'll see different headings under these. So I'm going to fill out some of these like so. Okay, so I've finished filling in what I needed for that row. And then obviously you fill out the rest of your BIM requirements to complete the document. But first, let's click on Help tab at the bottom here. This page gives you some basic details about how to go about filling in all of the values for each facet. Now, if you click on this link right here, then it will take you to the Building Smart IDS restrictions page. This will give you many details about how to go about filling in the facet values. So when you are setting the rules for information, like what a door should be made out of, you have options. Simple values are straightforward. You can use just a number, a word, or a true-false type Boolean. But sometimes you need more nuanced rules, known as complex restrictions. This can be a list of specific choices, like concrete or steel for materials, a range of values for something like concrete strength, or even specific naming patterns for parts. A pattern restriction helps us stick to a naming format, such as DT01, DT02, DT03, and so on. You get my point. Where DT stands for door type, allowed by a unique number, and this ensures that every door type is easily identifiable. You can also use the pattern DT period, where the period or point represents a number. So when you use this as a pattern criteria, then any code used such as DT1 or DT2 will be recognized. In order to help you create intricate naming patterns, you can use the tool regex. This lets you define very specific naming rules using symbols to represent letters or numbers. There's a link on the website for regex generator that you can use. Take a look at the IDS example that's included in a zip file you downloaded, and you'll be able to see more examples of how to fill in the BIM requirements like this. Once the entire file is filled in with the information, then it's a simple process for your BIM workflow, and it will take no time whatsoever to be able to check through your BIM files to check or review them. Of course, if you need any help at all, then please contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you. You can head over to the website, email us, or you can drop a comment below. Now, if you click on this video up here, then you'll be able to move on to the next part in the process, which is converting this Excel file into an IDS file and then creating an auto BIM Checker dashboard. Thank you for watching. Bye.